16 stadiums, 3 countries, 1 tournament that will define a generation. As the 2026 World Cup approaches, these 16 stadiums are gearing up to host unforgettable moments. Some that will become iconic, and others that might surprise you. From the legendary Estadio Azteca to the futuristic SoFi Stadium, each venue has a story to tell. But which one will truly shape the championship? The second best ranked stadium will shock you, and you might even disagree with some of these placements, but that's what makes this ranking exciting. Stick with me until the end, because we're diving deep into the stadiums that will set the stage for history. Whether you're a diehard football fan or a casual viewer, this video will change the way you see the World Cup venues. Let's jump right in and rank all 16 stadiums, from the least to the most influential. Stay tuned. 5 factors determine these rankings. 1. Capacity. Bigger crowds create more energy. Sweet spot. 70,000 to 90,000. 2. Atmosphere. Bowl design, acoustics, noise levels. Some stadiums trap sound, others lose it. 3. Location. Downtown accessibility versus suburban parking lots. Public transit matters. 4. Historical significance. World Cup pedigree, Olympic history, iconic moments. 5. Match allocation. Total matches plus importance. Hosting the final or semifinals dramatically elevates status. Now let's rank them. 16. Estadio Akron, Guadalajara, Mexico. Let's start at the bottom. Estadio Akron in Guadalajara holds 48,000 fans, making it the smallest stadium in Mexico's allocation. It opened in 2010, so it's modern enough. Clean facilities, decent sightlines, all the basics covered. But here's the problem. It's getting 4 group stage matches and then absolutely nothing. No knockouts. Not even a round of 32 game. When you're ranking World Cup venues, match allocation is everything. Estadio Akron is essentially a warm-up venue, a place where teams play their opening matches and immediately forget about. The stadium itself is fine, but fine doesn't cut it when you're competing with venues hosting semifinals and finals. It's the participation trophy of World Cup stadiums. You showed up, good job, now step aside. Rating, 2 out of 10. 15. BMO Field, Toronto, Canada. BMO Field sits right in downtown Toronto on the Exhibition Place grounds, which is actually a massive advantage. You've got Lake Ontario views, easy public transit access, and you're surrounded by one of North America's greatest cities. The problem? Even after expansion to 45,736 seats for the tournament, it's still the smallest venue by a significant margin. Compare that to the next smallest stadium at over 48,000, and you start to understand the issue. Small capacity means less atmosphere, fewer ticket sales, less revenue for FIFA, which means you get 1 round of 32 knockout match, and then the tournament moves on without you. When Canada plays their opening match here on June 12th, it will be electric. 60 years of waiting, home World Cup, packed stadium, it'll be special. But after that, BMO Field becomes a footnote while the real drama happens in bigger venues. It's the equivalent of hosting the pool party when everyone knows the actual party is happening at someone else's mansion. Rating, 3 out of 10. 14. BC Place, Vancouver, Canada. Vancouver's BC Place is genuinely impressive. It hosted the opening and closing ceremonies for the 2010 Winter Olympics. It has a retractable roof that handles Vancouver's unpredictable June weather. The location on False Creek with mountain views in the distance is spectacular. 54,000 capacity is respectable. So why does it rank 14th? Because FIFA gave it 7 group stage matches and then said, "Thanks for your service," and moved the tournament elsewhere. No knockout matches. 0. This is a stadium that could absolutely handle a quarterfinal. It's got the infrastructure, the city can manage the logistics, and Vancouver fans would create an incredible atmosphere. Instead, 8 teams will play here during the group stage, and then those teams will fly to Dallas or New Jersey for their knockout matches while BC Place sits empty. It's like being invited to the wedding ceremony but not the reception. You technically participated, but you missed all the good parts. Rating, 4 out of 10. 13. Levi's Stadium, Santa Clara, California. Levi's Stadium cost $1.3 billion to build. And what did that money buy? A stadium that's 40 miles south of San Francisco in the heart of Silicon Valley, surrounded by office parks and tech campuses rather than actual city culture. When the San Francisco 49ers moved here from Candlestick Park in 2014, fans complained immediately. It's too hot during day games. The open-air design means afternoon sun beats down mercilessly. It's too sterile. All that money went into luxury suites and tech integration, rather than creating atmosphere. And it's too far from San Francisco. You need a car or a 60-minute Caltrain ride. For World Cup purposes, Levi's gets 6 group stage matches and nothing more. Despite having over 70,000 capacity, FIFA looked at this stadium and said, group stage only. That tells you everything. It's a modern, expensive, technologically advanced stadium that somehow forgot to be a place where people actually want to watch football. Rating, 4 out of 10. 12. Gillette Stadium, Foxborough, Massachusetts. Gillette Stadium has been home to the New England Patriots since 2002, and it's hosted countless NFL classics, 6 Super Bowls, and plenty of big moments. The distinctive lighthouse structure provides panoramic views. Recent renovations modernized the facilities. 70,000 capacity is solid. But here's the issue. It's in Foxborough, not Boston. That's a 30-mile drive southwest. And while there is a train on event days, it's not the seamless urban integration you want for a World Cup venue. The stadium itself is perfectly adequate. Good sightlines, decent atmosphere when full, gets the job done. It's the stadium equivalent of a reliable midsize sedan. It'll get you where you're going, but you're not going to brag about it. Gillette gets 7 matches, including 1 round of 32 knockout, which at least gives New England fans 1 meaningful match to attend. But don't expect anything beyond that. This is Boston's World Cup moment, not a World Cup destination. Rating 5 out of 10. 11. Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now here's where things get frustrating. Lincoln Financial Field, the Link, opened in 2003 and immediately became one of the NFL's most hostile venues for visiting teams. Philadelphia fans are loud, passionate, and occasionally cross the line into pure chaos. They booed Santa Claus. They have a reputation for being the toughest crowd in American sports. The stadium itself supports that intensity. The 3-tier bowl design creates excellent acoustics where sound bounces and amplifies. 69,000 fans can generate genuine intimidation. And critically, it's actually in Philadelphia, South Philly, accessible via the Broad Street subway line, surrounded by the city's energy. So why rank it only 11th? Because despite all that potential, FIFA gave it group stage matches only. No knockouts. This stadium could host a quarterfinal and deliver an atmosphere that makes players uncomfortable. Instead, it's being treated like a suburban NFL venue when it should be showcasing what American passion looks like. If you're a tactical hipster who appreciates atmosphere over prestige, Lincoln Financial Field is criminally underrated. But by FIFA's allocation logic, it's an afterthought. Rating 5 out of 10. 10. Estadio BBVA, Monterrey, Mexico. Estadio BBVA opened in 2015 as Mexico's most modern football stadium. El Gigante de Acero, the steel giant, lives up to its nickname with a striking metallic exterior that looks spectacular lit up at night. This is a proper football-specific stadium, not an NFL conversion, meaning every seat was designed for watching football. The 53,500 capacity might sound modest, but the bowl is tight to the pitch. Fans are close to the action. Mexican supporters bring drums, flags, constant singing. It's authentic football atmosphere. CF Monterrey has created one of Liga MX's fiercest environments. And for World Cup matches, especially if Mexico plays here, it will be absolutely rocking. The stadium hosts 8 matches, including 1 round of 32 knockout. Monterrey, Mexico's 3rd largest metro, can handle World Cup logistics. The issue is simple. Caught between worlds. Bigger than the small venues, smaller than the giants. Good enough to matter, not big enough to dominate. It's the best of the mid-tier. Rating 6 out of 10. 9. NRG Stadium, Houston, Texas. NRG Stadium is the unofficial home of the U.S. men's national team. More USMNT matches have been played here than anywhere else, creating genuine familiarity and psychological advantage. The stadium opened in 2002 as the first NFL venue with a retractable roof, which matters enormously in Houston. June in Houston means 90-degree heat with oppressive humidity, like weather that drains fitness and turns matches into survival contests. Close the roof, crank the air conditioning, and you've got perfect conditions regardless of the apocalypse outside. 72,000 capacity is solid. Houston's 40% Hispanic population means authentic, passionate crowds with drums, songs, and festival energy. And here's the critical factor. NRG gets a quarterfinal. That's a top 8 match where favorites can be eliminated and underdogs make history. The downside? It's still an NFL stadium, lacking the soul of dedicated football venues. But for USMNT fans, this is hallowed ground with a quarterfinal to look forward to. Rating 7 out of 10. 8. Lumen Field, Seattle, Washington. If you've ever watched an NFL game at Lumen Field, you know one thing. This place is absurdly, magnificently loud. In December 2013, Seahawks fans hit 137.6 decibels, setting a Guinness World Record. For context, a rock concert is around 120 decibels. A jet engine at takeoff is 130. Lumen Field exceeds that. The design creates this acoustic weapon. A partial roof covers most seats while leaving the field open, trapping sound and reflecting it back down like a parabolic mirror. Players literally cannot hear themselves think. Quarterbacks can't call audibles. It's a genuine competitive advantage built into the architecture. For soccer, this is home to the Seattle Sounders, one of MLS's best-supported clubs with over 30,000 average attendance. Proper supporter sections deliver European-style passion with drums, flags, and constant singing. The location overlooking downtown Seattle and Elliott Bay is gorgeous. 69,000 capacity is respectable. So why only 8th? FIFA gave it 6 group stage matches and nothing more. This stadium could host a semifinal and deliver an atmosphere remembered for decades. Instead, it's relegated to group stage duty, one of the tournament's biggest missed opportunities. Rating: 7 out of 10. Would be 9 out of 10 with proper knockout allocation. 7. Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, Missouri. Arrowhead Stadium is the loudest outdoor sports venue in the world. Not one of the loudest. The loudest. Full stop. On September 29, 2014, Kansas City Chiefs fans hit 142.2 decibels during Monday Night Football against New England, breaking Seattle's record. That's legitimately dangerous. Repeated exposure causes permanent hearing damage. It's louder than a military jet during takeoff, at the threshold of physical pain for human ears. Why so loud? The bowl design. Arrowhead opened in 1972, and the core structure remains a perfectly engineered sound trap. Upper decks lean over the field. Seating is steeply raked. Minimal gap between stands and playing surface. 76,000 fans collectively generate noise that disorients professional athletes. Kansas City sits in America's heartland, accessible from anywhere. Critically, Arrowhead gets a quarterfinal, one of only 4 quarterfinal venues. That means at least one match where everything is on the line, and 76,000 people are screaming at volumes that violate OSHA regulations. For pure intimidation factor, nothing touches Arrowhead. Rating: 8 out of 10. 6. Hard Rock Stadium, Miami, Florida. Hard Rock Stadium underwent massive renovations between 2015 and 2016, transforming from a generic NFL venue into something genuinely impressive. The partial canopy roof covers seats while leaving the field open, protecting fans from South Florida's thunderstorms while maintaining natural grass conditions. 67,000 capacity is solid. Miami is one of America's most global cities. Massive Latin American populations, Caribbean influence, international business hub. When World Cup matches happen here, the crowd will represent dozens of nationalities, creating an authentic festival atmosphere. The city regularly hosts Super Bowls and international events, so it can handle the logistics. And here's what elevates Hard Rock Stadium. It hosts the third-place match on July 18, 2026. That's the bronze medal game where 2 semifinal losers compete for the podium. Historically, teams approach this match with mixed emotions. Devastated by missing the final, but motivated to finish strong. It creates dramatic, entertaining football. Hard Rock gets 7 total matches, including this bronze medal game. Miami's vibe plus meaningful matches equals a venue that matters. Rating: 8 out of 10. 5. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta, Georgia. Mercedes-Benz Stadium opened in 2017 and immediately set new standards for modern venue design. The retractable roof doesn't just open, it opens like a camera aperture with 8 triangular panels that rotate and retract in a mesmerizing geometric pattern. The 360-degree halo board video screen wraps entirely around the stadium's interior, creating an immersive visual experience. It won architectural awards for good reason, but beauty means nothing without functionality, and Mercedes-Benz delivers. Atlanta United entered MLS in 2017 and immediately created one of the league's best atmospheres, regularly drawing 40 to 50,000 fans and winning MLS Cup in 2018. The stadium was designed with soccer in mind from day one. Seating retractors bring lower bowl seats closer to the pitch for soccer configuration, making it feel like a football stadium rather than an NFL venue tolerating soccer. Atlanta's location is strategically perfect. It's the largest city in the southeast with over 6 million in the metro area. Hartsfield-Jackson is the world's busiest airport with direct flights globally. The stadium is literally downtown, accessible via MARTA rail. 71,000 capacity is substantial, And here's the massive factor. Mercedes-Benz hosts a semifinal. On July 14th or 15th, 2026, two teams one win from the World Cup final will play before 71,000 fans and hundreds of millions watching globally. That alone makes it elite. Rating 9 out of 10. 4. SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles, California. $5.5 billion, that's not a typo. SoFi Stadium cost $5.5 billion, making it the most expensive stadium ever constructed in human history. Most modern NFL stadiums cost $1 to $2 billion. SoFi costs more than 3 times that. Where did all that money go? Everywhere. The translucent roof canopy covers 70,000 square feet, creating a distinctive visual visible from airplanes. The center-hung video board measures 120 yards long, longer than a football field, displaying on both sides and weighing 2.2 million pounds. There are 260 luxury suites and over 13,000 premium seats. The surrounding development includes shops, restaurants, a hotel, and a performance venue. This isn't just a stadium, it's an entertainment district designed to host Super Bowls, Olympics, and World Cup matches. Base capacity is 70,240, expandable past 100,000 for special events. For World Cup purposes, expect 70 to 80,000. The location in Inglewood is 3 miles from LAX, incredibly accessible for international visitors. And here are the big matches. SoFi hosts the USMNT's opening match on June 12, 2026. The US kicks off their home World Cup before 70,000 plus fans in America's second largest media market with global audiences watching. That's enormous, plus SoFi gets a quarterfinal. 2 hugely significant matches. The problems are real though. The atmosphere is completely unproven. This cavernous space prioritizes luxury over intimidation. The roof is open air in the middle, meaning sound escapes rather than trapping. Early reviews from Rams and Chargers games suggest it doesn't generate the intensity of older, tighter venues. LA sports fans have a reputation for showing up late and leaving early. Additionally, SoFi was built for American football. FIFA required field modifications, and sightlines for soccer are still being evaluated. But none of that matters when talking about pure spectacle. Walking into SoFi feels like entering a spaceship. The technology, the scale, the sheer excess, nothing in North America comes close. It's a monument to what unlimited money can build. Rating 8 out of 10. Spectacle and USA opener elevated. Unproven atmosphere prevents elite status. 3. AT&T Stadium, Dallas, Texas. Jerry Jones built a cathedral to excess, and that cathedral is hosting 9 World Cup matches, more than any other venue in the tournament. 4 group stage games, multiple knockout rounds, and one of the 2 semifinals. AT&T Stadium will appear on global television more than anywhere else. The numbers are staggering. Capacity is 92,967, making it the largest venue at the 2026 World Cup. The retractable roof spans 1.2 million square feet, staying closed during summer for climate control. The center-hung video board measures 160 feet wide by 72 feet tall, weighs over 1 million pounds, and was the world's largest in 2009. The glass end walls retract, opening the entire stadium when weather permits. It cost $1.4 billion in 2009, and Jerry Jones has been proving it was worth every penny. 6 Super Bowls, college football playoffs, NBA All-Star games, WrestleManias, major concerts. It's hosted everything because it can hold everything. Located in Arlington between Dallas and Fort Worth, AT&T Stadium sits at the center of the DFW Metroplex, 7.6 million people with easy highway access. Texas has a 40% Hispanic population, meaning matches here will have authentic, passionate crowds bringing drums, songs, and genuine football culture. The atmosphere can be good when full. 92,000 people generate significant noise, but it's not Arrowhead loud or Lumen Field loud. It's corporate Dallas hosting an event. Impressive, professional, not intimidating. The stadium is designed to sell luxury suites more than create a hostile environment. Why only number 3? Despite hosting 9 matches including a semifinal, AT&T Stadium lacks soul. It's Jerry Jones' monument to his ego, not a football shrine. No history, no legendary moments. But you can't argue with 9 matches. FIFA trusts AT&T Stadium more than anywhere else in North America. Rating 9 out of 10. Match allocation and capacity outweigh a lack of soul. 2. MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. July 19th, 2026, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. MetLife Stadium, the World Cup Final. Those words are the only justification this venue needs for ranking number 2. The World Cup Final is the most watched sporting event on Earth. billions tuning in simultaneously. Every player's childhood dream. The match that defines legacies and creates legends. One team lifts the trophy and achieves immortality. One team loses 90 minutes from glory. MetLife Stadium gets to host that moment. That fact alone elevates it above 99% of venues in the world. The stadium opened in 2010 for $1.6 billion as the shared home of the New York Giants and Jets. Base capacity is 82,500, with temporary seating potentially pushing it to 87,000 for the final, ranking in the top 10 all-time World Cup final attendances. It's located in East Rutherford, New Jersey, 8 miles across the Hudson River in the Meadowlands. For global branding, FIFA calls it the New York, New Jersey Stadium, leveraging the NYC brand while acknowledging New Jersey reality. The location provides access to the largest metro area in the United States, over 20 million people. Hotel capacity in NYC alone exceeds 100,000 rooms. 3 major airports serve international flights from everywhere. Public transportation includes NJ transit trains, buses, and potential ferry service from Manhattan. For international visitors, New York is the American destination. The Statue of Liberty, Times Square, Central Park, Broadway, the Manhattan skyline. It's what the world imagines when thinking of America. FIFA chose MetLife over AT&T Stadium and SoFi for specific reasons. New York Metro has unmatched hotel capacity. East Coast timing works better for global television. 3 p.m. Eastern means 8 p.m. in London, 9 p.m. in Paris. Reasonable viewing times across Europe, where much of FIFA's television revenue originates. And New York is more famous internationally than Dallas or Los Angeles. Here's the uncomfortable truth. MetLife Stadium itself isn't special. It's a perfectly functional modern NFL stadium with no beauty, no architectural distinction, no soul. It looks like a giant gray spaceship in a parking lot. But on July 19th, 2026, none of that will matter. The World Cup final creates its own atmosphere. 87,000 fans screaming, billions watching worldwide, the trophy lifted. MetLife Stadium will earn its place in football history simply by hosting that moment. Rating, 9.5 out of 10. Final outweighs everything, but generic stadium prevents perfect score. 1. Estadio Azteca, Mexico City, Mexico. There are stadiums, and then there is Estadio Azteca. This isn't just a venue, it's sacred ground, a temple where football history was written in moments that transcend the sport itself. June 20, Pelé lifts the Jules Rimet Trophy for the 3rd time, cementing his status as the greatest player ever. That moment happened at Estadio Azteca. June 22nd, June 29th, 1986. Argentina versus West Germany. World Cup final. Maradona lifts the trophy before 115,000 fans. The 2026. The stadium opened in 1966 with current capacity of 87,523. It's located in Mexico City's Coyoacán borough, accessible via metro. The concrete bowl design hasn't fundamentally changed. No retractable roof, no luxury excess, just a massive amphitheater built for football. Then there's the altitude. Estadio Azteca sits at 7,350 feet above sea level, significantly higher than Denver's 5,280 feet. The thin air creates measurable physiological effects. Players not acclimatized struggle by the 60th minute. They fatigue faster, recover slower, make more mistakes. Statistically, playing at Azteca is worth 0.5 to 1.0 goals advantage for Mexico. When 87,000 Mexican fans fill this stadium, drums pounding, songs echoing, the atmosphere becomes primal and overwhelming. It's intimidation architecture perfected over 6 decades. On June 11th, 2026, Mexico kicks off the entire World Cup at Estadio Azteca. FIFA could have started in Los Angeles or Dallas. They chose Azteca because they understand what this venue represents. Estadio Azteca is football history. It's where Pelé won immortality. That's why it's number 1. Rating, 10 out of 10. History, atmosphere, significance. The eternal venue. The ranking summary: bottom tier, 16 to 13. Akron, BMO Field, BC Place, Levi's mid-tier, 12 to 9. Rock, Mercedes-Benz Elite 4, 4 to 1. SoFi, AT&T, MetLife, Estadio Azteca. Key takeaways: MetLife hosts the final, July 19th, 2026. That's where the champion is crowned. Estadio Azteca is the soul. 3 World Cups, Pelé and Maradona both lifted trophies here. AT&T Stadium dominates match allocation, 9 matches including a semifinal. FIFA's workhorse. Underutilized gems, Seattle's Lumen Field and Vancouver's BC Place could host major knockouts but are relegated to groups. The loud Americans' Arrowhead, 142.2 decibels, and Lumen, 137.6 decibels, will bring NFL noise to World Cup football. My prediction for most memorable moments: Estadio Azteca opening match. Mexico plus 87,000 fans equals Earthquake Arrowhead quarterfinal. When the noise hits 145 decibels, one semifinal, Atlanta or Dallas, when everything is on the line. MetLife final, new world champion crowned. But the venue remembered in 50 years, Estadio Azteca, always. That's my ranking of all 16 2026 World Cup stadiums. Agree? Disagree? Think I'm insane for putting Azteca over MetLife despite the final? Drop a comment with your top 3. Which stadium are you most excited for? Subscribe for realistic analysis. Thanks for watching.